Last of the day, as the light turns to red at the 1180. Gidgee Cole on the inside. Granny Apple stood well. Started with the button, the gates crash back for the last of the day, and it's a nice level jump away. Battle Joe in the middle began well, and getting out quickly was the Kingston Mouse and Strawn, showing plenty of pace. The inside runners are pushing up now as they reach the course proper. Gidgee Cole on the inside of Granny Apple, and further back then Ambassadors and Bridal Gown last. A good pace on as the Kingston Mouse at the 800 metre mark is the leader. Out in front by 2 lengths. Strawn is second on the outside, and on the fence third then is Battle Joe. They were being followed by Granny Apple on the inside going forward, and around it then 3 deep, another one striding up on the outside. In behind those runners on the fence then is Gidgee Cole, and that other one out wide is Granny Apple. Ambassadors dropped back a shade there, and last of all was Bridal Gown. Pretty well grouped past the 450, where the Kingston Mouse is travelling beautifully, the leader. Strawn is second, Granny Apple is third. In behind those runners further back to Bridal Gown, and Gidgee Cole is coming off the fence to get into the fight around the bend. They straighten up. The Kingston Mouse is clear. Now Granny Apple and Gidgee Cole coming down the middle, and Strawn and further back to Bridal Gown. The Kingston Mouse is still the leader. Here's Granny Apple on the outside trying hard, and also Gidgee Cole. Gidgee Cole coming quickly in the final stages, but the winner is the Kingston Mouse. Too Good has won it from Gidgee Cole. Now for the third placing, Granny Apple is up there. Strawn is not too far away, and they were being followed in behind them by Bridal Gown, who was wider out. Ambassadors and Battle Joe are the last couple home. A nice competitive race, the last of the day, in which the Kingston Mouse has been able to lead all of the way. Number 4, the Kingston Mouse, ridden by Adrian Late, trained by Neville Late at Queanbeyan, a bay or a brown mare by Kingston Seattle from Earth Mouse, raced by AJ, AA Junior and AJ Lang, together with M. Hoy, trained by Neville Late and ridden by Adrian Late as first. Number 2, Gidgee Cole, has run second, ridden by Jamie Whitney, trained by Jeff Kelly. And number 5, Granny Apple, trained by Amanda Langler and ridden by Jamie Late is third. Numbers were 4, 2 and 5, with number 3, Strawn, ridden by Mark Schmetzer, officially fourth. Three-quarter lengths, with 1 1/4 lengths between second and third, and the time was 1:13.6. 1:13.6, 1 3/4 by 1 1/4. The numbers in the last are 4, 2 and 5. The Kingston Mouse for Adrian Late has led most of the way and held on to score. Second, Gidgee Cole, Jamie Whitney. Third, Granny Apple, Jamie Late, as the candidates are about to file back in following the last, where number 3, Strawn, has run officially fourth.
Beating my selections in the next race of the day, 1 Proud Chevalier to beat 4 Begalia King and 3 Smooth Century. I'll send correct weight down the line after race 5. Back for the call of race 6 at Goulburn at 4:05. Now, the winner, Gambler's Delight by Full Aces out of Villaborghese. Raced by J. Varasecra, A. Lang, W. Quaid, J. Martin, E. Wetherill and W. Wirch. Trained by Frank Cleary. A chestnut horse for John Nesbitt, the rider. Jester Gem second by Crown Jester out of Girl's Delight. A chestnut mare 4, trained by Darrell Rolfe, ridden by Rodney Quinn. And 11 Payendi's Son third by Bisdoric out of Rort, trained by Libby Maxwell at Braidwood, ridden by Peter Mullin and Payendi's Son, a chestnut gelding 5. Number 2 Beaumunda was 4th, the winner scored by a head. A half length, second and third, 1:12.17 the time. So the winner, Gambler's Delight, Jester Gem second, Payendi's Son third. That's the details as the riders dismount after the Ray Neal and Son Association Stakes. Race 6, the Goulburn Ambulance Improvers take out 2 Module Miss, number 5 Lana's Choice, 8 Sandcastles, 10 Serrano and 11 Here and Now. Again, Jupiter's Darling pulls away out of the stalls. Another reminder about the racing next weekend, Canberra, the Christmas meeting. Noms close Monday, and the Queanbeyan Noms close Monday as well for Boxing Day. Lots of great prizes to be won at Canberra next week. Petrol, Christmas hamper, there'll be lucky betting vouchers. Now, Jupiter's Darling goes up one more time. Starter coming round, the rider climbing back into the saddle on Jupiter's Darling. Champagne Star stands up, Serrano, Century City. Now the line is just about set again. Stand by. The lucky last. Set. Racing. Good start too, a perfect start in fact, and Champagne Star got away well, as did Jupiter's Darling and Chiron Star, and Winners is not too far away on settling down, followed further back in the field Century City. Gambler's Delight is going up 3 wide on the outside of Winners. Back behind then came Corporate Cowboy, Serrano and Charm Mahal, Colourburst, and Young Buffy is 800 metres out, and Champagne Star around the outside leads Erosion. Chiron Star third, a close fourth Century City, a length behind those settling down well, Gambler's Delight. Then Jupiter's Darling on the inside. Serrano gains ground around the outside. Winners between runners, followed by Colourburst and then Corporate Cowboy. 2 behind those towards the turn, Charm Mahal. At a length and 3/4, Young Buffy last. But as they race up towards the turn now, and Champagne Star has kicked away now. Champagne Star, a big leader at the top of the straight. Erosion second. Century City third, followed by Gambler's Delight being asked for his effort now. Back behind those, Chiron Star, followed by Winners, and then Colourburst. Here comes Gambler's Delight now. Gambler's Delight raced up on the outside of Champagne Star. They're drawing clear. Gambler's Delight. Gambler's Delight hit the lead near the line, and Gambler's Delight has beaten Champagne Star. Century City third, followed by Winners. Then Erosion. Back behind those, Chiron Star, Colourburst. Back behind those then came Charm Mahal. A long break, Erosion, followed further back in the field Corporate Cowboy, then Jupiter's Darling, Young Buffy, and Serrano was one of the last home. Thank you, Bruce. Gambler's Delight has taken out the last race. Ridden by John Nesbitt, was inclined to duck in a bit in the straight, and a couple of times John Nesbitt had to stop riding Gambler's Delight, but once he put his mind to the job, he responded very gamely indeed, and was too strong in the run to the line and overpowered Champagne Star. But Gambler's Delight has taken out the last of the day, number 10, by Full Aces out of Villaborghese, raced by Justin Varasecra, A. Lang, W. Quaid, J. Martin, E. Wetherill, and W. Virch.
On the other hand, there's a great charge for the lead. Beacon, Mild Apple, Digger and Royal Fire again fast. Windsor Fleet on the inside of all of them. Galantal's 5 deep around them. Just in behind that division, lead
I got excited, that's it.
pushing through Romantic Heart.
Righto.
Horses next came out Saturday.
Okay.
It's found the road. Prince Anne on 3 deep around them. Romantic Heart the centre, then King Francis, followed further back in the field by Regent Playboy.
That was a fast run.
2 lengths away to Peace Token and a couple of lengths away last of all, Yali Prince, who'd been 10 off the lead as they come to the turn. Mink and Mild, Opal Digger joint leaders, 2 to Galamble, and then Winds of Fate, the Rado Solovoce tracks them up.
10, 3, 1, 13 the numbers.
Lady Morella, then Prince Anton shown the whip, and they were followed further back behind those. Out wide on the track, Fine Region into the clear, but he's a
10, 3, 1, 13. See you later, boys. See you later. I got that last winner up, Gambler's Delight.
Getting close to home, Prince Anton comes late, battling away Meek and Mild, but Opal Digger hanging on. Prince Anton can't get him, and Opal Digger just in front, just wins from Prince Anton and Romantic Heart, who split the pair on the line. Fine Region flashed up about fourth. There too was Yali Prince out wide. He's rocketed home from last. They were followed down near the inside running by Meek and Mild and also Galamble. Then Lady Morella followed by Windsor.
So the numbers in the last are 10, 3, 1. A good win to Gambler's Delight. Gambler's Delight, the winner. Second, Champagne Star El Mortel. 1, Century City, Michael Carl third. Fourth was number 13, and that being Winez. And the fifth place get a number 5, Chiron Star. 10, 3, 1, 13 and 5. Now the winner scored by a half a length, the winning margin, a length and a quarter, second and third. A half a length by a length and a quarter with the margins. The numbers 10, 3, 1. Half a length.
Thank you, Tony.
That was a good.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that was a good time.
1.195 on the hand time.
I'll see you down the bar shortly. I tipped Gambler's Delight, so I got 3 winners, which is not bad. Up, the line is just about set. All in. Now the line is set. Race number 5. The light is on. Bonnets of Dundee, Gambler's Delight, they're racing now. And Charm Mahal out wide got the best of it. The Bonnets of Dundee is reefing and pulling for a head. Back behind those then, Triumphant gaining ground. The next one on the inside, Gambler's Delight, and Colourburst drops out to last. The field of 5 races down the back with about 1,100 to go. And Triumphant shot away now, a break of about 2 over Gambler's Delight. A similar margin, Bonnets of Dundee settling down now better, followed then by Charm Mahal second last and 3/4 of a length off Colourburst. On the 900-metre turn as they commence the run down the side. Triumphant leads 2 over Gambler's Delight, a length and a half, Bonnets of Dundee, followed by Colourburst moving up on the outside, and Charm Mahal was the last one. Racing down the side, they've got 700 to go, and Triumphant leads, but now Gambler's Delight galloped up on the outside to hit the lead now. Gambler's Delight raced away. Bonnets of Dundee is going out after Gambler's Delight. Triumphant's had enough, followed then by Colourburst, and the next one was Charm Mahal. Up towards the turn with a shade over 400 to go. Gambler's Delight the field into the straight. Bonnets of Dundee is on his girth on the outside, coming home well, followed then by Charm Mahal, Colourburst, and Triumphant last of all in the straight with about 300 to go. Gambler's Delight on the inside, the leader. Bonnets of Dundee trying hard on the outside, and down the centre, Charm Mahal is putting in a run. It's Gambler's Delight and Bonnets of Dundee. They're drawing clear. Bonnets of Dundee and Gambler's Delight. It's Gambler's Delight, Bonnets of Dundee on the outside. Bonnets of Dundee may have got there. Bonnets of Dundee a breath in front of Gambler's Delight. A long way back to Charm Mahal third, followed by Colourburst, and Triumphant was the last one home. Well, we've got another close finish here. We've had some small fields, but tremendous finishes. But I think you'll find this time Bonnets of Dundee again on the outside with the false rail out, as in the previous race. I did mention in the previous race, the one on the outside, when it's a particularly close finish, they've got a lot in their favour. And the same applies here. I believe that Bonnets of Dundee has arrived in time to beat Gambler's Delight. Again, there's only a short half head in this. And Charm Mahal will get third. I'll flash the numbers down the line. 1:23.74 the time. 1:23.74. Another close finish. We've had small fields, but the racing has been absolutely tremendous here today. You'll find that Bonnets of Dundee has grabbed Gambler's Delight right on the line. A very similar finish to the previous race, in fact. A very, very similar finish to the previous race. But Bonnets of Dundee has worn down Gambler's Delight right on the line, put the bib in front, and there's only a short margin in it. Won the winner, Bonnets of Dundee, Kay Sweeney. Number 1 is the winner. Bonnets of Dundee, K. Sweeney. Number 2, Gambler's Delight, J. Nesbitt second. And third, number 3, Charm Mahal, ridden by Hussey Dirtley. 4 was fourth and 5 fifth. So as the handicapper placed them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bonnets of Dundee, a chestnut mare, 5. By Boucher out of Madrisa, raced by Mrs. E.L. Dwyer. Trained at Canberra by T.J. McGilrick. Kevin Sweeney, the rider. Now, let's see. Kevin Sweeney, that's his third win of the day. 3 winners out of 5. Gambler's Delight second, a chestnut horse 4 by Full and Aces out of Villaborghese, trained by Frank Cleary. And Charm Mahal, a brown gelding 5 by Chamond out of Cycrina, trained by TV Rutso, ridden by Hussey Dirtley. 1, 2, 3, 4 was fourth, Colourburst, and 5, Triumphant, finished fifth. 1:23.7 for the time. Well, here's the winner, Bonnets of Dundee and Kevin Sweeney. 3 winners so far today. Bonnets of Dundee returning ahead of Gambler's Delight and Charm Mahal. The winner ahead the winning margin, and that pair street at the rest. 4 1/4 lengths between second and third. Ahead by 4 1/4